I woke up this morning, but something was horribly wrong. The air smelled different, heavier. The bed beneath me wasn't mine. The sheets were rough. The pillow smelled like someone else. I looked around, and my heart started racing. The walls were painted a color I'd never seen before in my life. Strange photographs hung on them. Strangers' faces staring at me like I should know them. But I didn't. This wasn't my room. These weren't my things. And I had no idea how I got here. I stumbled toward the mirror, hoping maybe this was just a bad dream. But when I looked up, I froze. The face staring back at me wasn't mine. Different eyes, different lips. Even the way they blinked felt alien. I lifted my hand, and the reflection copied me perfectly, proving it wasn't a trick. I was in someone else's body. My heart pounded so hard I could hear it echoing in my ears. This couldn't be real. Before I could make sense of anything, my phone started buzzing on the nightstand. I grabbed it. The screen said, "Mom," but it wasn't my mom's number. Still, I answered. The voice on the other end was warm, familiar, but not to me. "Honey, are you okay? You sound strange." My hands shook as I tried to speak. But what could I say? "You're not my mother?" Before I could explain, she hung up, and I felt even more trapped. That's when it started. A flood of images, memories crashing into my head. I saw classrooms I'd never stepped into, birthdays I'd never celebrated, faces smiling at me, calling me by a name that wasn't mine. I saw myself, or rather, this body, laughing with friends I didn't know, working a job I'd never applied for, walking through streets I'd never visited. They felt real, but they weren't mine. It was like someone had downloaded an entire life into my brain overnight, somewhere else. I knew my body was waking up, but it wasn't me opening those eyes. I could almost see them, looking around my real room, touching my things, wearing my skin, and they were smiling. Smiling like they'd been waiting for this, like they'd been planning it. I felt a cold dread sink into me. Whoever they were, they had no intention of giving my life back. It felt like there was an invisible thread tying us together. Me in their body, them in mine. We could sense each other, feel each other's emotions. I was terrified. They were excited. Somewhere deep down, I realized the truth. Only one of us wanted to switch back, and the other would do anything to stay exactly where they were. This wasn't an accident. It was a takeover. So here I am, trapped in a life that isn't mine. And every second that passes, they get more comfortable in my skin, more convincing as me. I don't know how it happened. I don't know how to undo it. All I know is, if this happened to you, would you fight to get your life back? Or would you keep the one you've been given?